Hey guys, what's going on? Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. Back at it again. Boy, have I missed doing this. Um, Back at it. So, of course, I am out of the office. The last couple of days have been absolutely insane. I missed it all. I'm kind of upset about it. But either way, now I'm back. I was out in Central Florida, Vieira and Melbourne area looking for homes because I'll be moving in around end of April. What about May? So back at it. Let's see, rock and roll. Ready to answer some questions. Ready to trade again. Thankfully, God, I missed it. Anyways, so let's kind of look at what we got now. Dow futures are down 833, Nasdaq down 252, and S&P down 100 on futures. So that's where we are yesterday. A couple things that happened yesterday. Biden did sweep, I think, almost every primary election. Well, Bernie's basically done. So that's a really good sign for the market in that aspect. Obviously, there's more to it. You have the coronavirus stuff, global slowdown, supply chain with China. It looks like China's kind of turned the corner. So has South Korea as well. But UK, Europe, Italy still in lockdown, unfortunately. Things are still kind of very fluid. So we're almost getting like up, down, up day, up, down day, right? It's kind of how we're looking here in the market, just very volatile. So a couple of things too is that you have to watch out for puts. Puts tend to be very priced, very high for premiums because it's such a crowded trade. So again, if you want to play puts, obviously we're going to probably look at some today. We actually have some calls. We had Apple and Qs. I was out for that. My team went ahead and went long, and we were actually green yesterday. Some of our members actually closed for profit. We're still holding it personally. My team is. I personally have not traded the last couple of days because I've been out. I've been out and about. So I haven't had a chance to do anything. But now I'm back. No days off for me going forward, obviously. And I'm excited to do it. Good news, real quick, just to kind of update stuff. The 10K challenge is officially on. So you can see here 10,000 in options available, options value. When you make a deposit with TD, it takes throughout 3 to 5 business days to actually that money deposit to be available for trading and options. So that's why it was a little bit of a wait. So I guess it kind of worked out where I was out. But again, I'll be doing that. So some of the rules that I have, 40% rule as always, 40% profit, you take it. You can always leave a runner. I'll do that by discretion. 100% on runner is usually my target. The goal for the 10K challenge I have written down on my whiteboard is $150 a day in profit, $750 a week, with $3,000 a month is the monthly goal. If I hit the $750 a week on a Monday or Tuesday, I am done trading for that portfolio. We will still have signals because we have other members, of course, but for that portfolio, we will not be trading anymore. This is just a 10K portfolio. We have other portfolios that we trade out of. $3,000 a month, same thing. If I hit $3,000 profit in the first week, I'm done trading for the month. So that's the goal. Just a heads up on the 10K portfolio. We started obviously March 11th. We have third month. So we have 9 months. If we can get $3,000 a month for 9 months, that's $27,000. That's not bad. That's a pretty good return. That's the goal. So let's see if we can do that. Again, the goal for this challenge is to actually show with a plan, not being greedy, sticking to your profit targets, getting in, getting out with what we do. Is supposed to show that that's the right way to do things. Will there be losses in the portfolio? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and post it every week, exactly where we are, P&L and everything. So you can actually track it at home. But the signals will be done with the members anyways. But just a heads up, when I tweet it, I'll put that 10K challenge signal is on, and I'll even say how many contracts I'm going in because 2 to 4% of the 10,000. So with $10,000 account, $200, $100 minimum risk, $400 maximum risk. So I may not be able to get into every trade. Sometimes I maybe just get 1 or 2 contracts. We're really going to stick to that rule. The idea is to show there's no gambling involved or anything crazy. But either way, so I just wanted to kind of go over that. So we have some calls. Again, I don't have them personally, but my team does, and it looks like they're going to open red due to the market being down. So with that being said, I just wanted to go over those house cleaning stuff. 10K challenge, everyone's been asking me. Now we're ready to go. Okay, let's answer. Jorge says, my man Carlos, good morning. We're making money this meeting, tired of losing. Oh, I know. I think everybody is at that point of just the volatility is crushing everybody. It's been tough, guys. If you've been trading this week, it's been a rough one. So again, this doesn't last forever. Understand that. And of course, 1 month, 1 week does not change your whole year unless you're going really heavy. I heard if you use Apple Pay, you use funds same day. I'm not sure that I use Apple Pay. I'm not really sure on that regard. In that regard, Drake, for Apple Pay, I'm not really sure if that works. But again, I'm gonna be just doing what I do now. If I make another deposit or something, I'll let you guys know. But other than that, I don't expect another deposit to be done. So that's done with. Just Q's just got a big boost for some reason. I just popped to 202.57. It just stopped. So I don't know, maybe a fat finger or something. I'm looking at it right now. This is live. Okay, so a couple things you want to look at, right? Let's see what trades we're looking at. Obviously, I have Q's. We have Apple Open. I don't have it personally, but again, my team does, and that's a signal. It's only 2 signals. We've been very, very careful. We actually ended the day green yesterday on those trades. We did not close them. I can actually look them up and see where we are. And you could see here, we were up 15% on those Apple 290s, and 210 calls were at 7%. Obviously, they'll be red this morning. Let's see if we get a bounce right now. A couple of levels I'm looking at here. AMD, that 78.6 fib is about 43.61. Looks like we're bouncing that to the T. SPY did break that latest fib line right around 277.87. We are bouncing from it. ES looks like to be bouncing right above that 27.20 level, about 50 handles off it. So again, you can see a slight green bounce. IWM just got a big boost here, 134.43. That's the bid right now. Wow, just a big $4 swing. Let me let my guys know. So big bid on IWM and Q's. I don't know what's going on there. So you can take a look at it there with the bottom here. Bottom right, 134.43 on IWM. I don't know what's going on there, but someone's bidding hard on it. That's small caps. And then we had the big big green candle here on Q's. So something might be going on. I don't know what. Let's see if I see some headlines, and we'll go from there. But again, in regards to this market, guys, you just have to be very careful. Half positions as we go along. On the 10K challenge, I'll be doing 2 to 4%. But again, I'll be announcing what position size I'll be taking once I get into trade. That'll be on the premium Twitter and the basic Twitter. I'll let these guys know, and in the chat room. But for right now, obviously the market's closed. I can't do anything. But again, I'm just watching what we could do. Today is Wednesday, so looking at AMD on my screen. Again, like I talked about that fib line. Let's see if we break it. We could get a snapback rally. Again, some good news are coming along here, but again, we're seeing just chop. It looks like just maybe a bear market rally. Crude is back down about another 4%. VIX is up about 54 level, 16. Usually VIX reverts to the mean. You would think with all this downward move, gold would be a lot higher. That's why gold has been a little tough. So just be careful trading gold, because the more down we get, you may get some margin calls on other traders who have to sell their gold in order to raise cash. So it's a very, very weird time. So just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and take a look at some pre-market movers together. Here we go. Okay, so AMD again, red. Bank of America, red. I'll take a look at the Bloomberg right now, and I'll show you. Let me go and sign in, because I actually pay for Bloomberg, the actual setup. So if I can just sign in, that'd be great. And forget it, because it's not going to work. So I'm going to go to bonds. I want to see the 10-year. 10-year right now is at 0.70, obviously off the lows, about 10 basis points to the downside. So again, for rates is a big, big tell to me. You know, if rates are going up, meaning interest rates, that's usually a good sign for a bounce. But right now we're actually down. So I'm going to go ahead and try to sign in. I don't know why it won't let me, or whatever. If it doesn't let me sign in, that's fine. Okay, Tesla is down about 2.4%. Word was that they're actually going to build a gigafactory in the central United States. No word on where. Wells Fargo's down. American Airlines down. Microsoft's down 3%. Again, more of a market thing, not an individual thing. Oxy's down after being up yesterday. They cut their dividend. Carnival is down again. It was up based on some stimulus package or some bailout for the cruise lines. Apple's down 3.25. Sprint is down about 1%. Micron's down about 4.6. Beyond down 3, and of course Exxon. And I've been saying it before, guys, anyone who's been talking about oil, I said to stay away on oil, and I'm glad that we did because a lot of people got hit on it. But I'm starting to see a little bit of a bounce here on the markets. Let's see if we get the continuation. Maybe the traders that are trading futures will close out their shorts and get out and see if we get a bounce. So that's where we are. I still have those VIX puts for when that bounce comes. Yeah, again, if you're looking for those VIX puts that I talked about, again, the reversion of the mean, right? I talked about the VIX, the reversion of the mean. Again, I just don't see the VIX staying up this high for this long. So again, a 3-week chart will give us a lot more view. And you could see, more than likely, you're not going to get back to these levels. You see, almost for 2 years, we've been stuck here, almost 3. And I still like that level below 20. Again, you have to get a little more far out to do it, around May to do it. Not April, I would say May or June. Again, they may be a little more expensive. But again, it'd be a good way to play it. I just don't see it continuing up that far out. I mean, I think the highest we were ever reading on a VIX was about 70, but we're not there. We tapped 62.12, which is pretty high, and the VIX is up 15%. So that'd be some puts I'm eyeing. I'm not in it, but again, it's just something to see. So that was something that just caught my eye. Again, just chart watching, if anything. Let's see here. And now it's down more than 900 points going to the open. Yep. Well, right here we're down now 700, so it should be a little less. We're getting a slight bounce. Let's see if we get that continuation. If we get a little more of a downside move, 273.09 is my level to look at, or maybe right here on 277.87. You just have to be very careful, guys. Understand that things can be very fluid. Things change very quickly. Puts can be very expensive. Make sure it stays within your risk range. As always, it's almost to the point that calls have become almost hedges because they're actually a lot cheaper relative to the put side. Since the put side is such a crowded trade, since a lot of people are using puts as actual insurance and not as speculation for trades. So just kind of keep that in mind, be cognizant of that. Hey Carlos, what is the ticker to play VIX puts? So you have two options. You have VIX here. You can just do VIX or you can do VXX. VXX is the Barclays iPath VIX ETF. And then if you want to take a look at that on the 3-year chart, you could see the same thing, around the mean of 20, 15. So if you did play it, I mean, anything by the 20s. This is the iPath VIX ETF. So just understand that. So you have VIX or VXX. Or you could do VIXY, VXXY. I think it's VXY. Let me see. UVIXY, sorry, ultra short. This is the VIX too as well. And you can see another UVXY is the other way to play it. Again, always want to talk about, see, you don't even have anything. You can always take a look at the options volume, as always, and see if you get that move. But again, you could see just to the downside. I mean, you could get that 10 level. I don't see it happens. We're way above the 200-day. Again, it's more of a reversion to the mean than anything else. So that's what we're going to look at. All right, so let's answer some questions. AYTU. I don't know what this is. Again, a penny stock, guys. I'm not sure. I can't really answer this question. I don't know. Is it up pre-market? Yes. Just be very careful because it may just fall again. So just be careful with these kind of names, guys. Please do, because sometimes the spreads are very wide and it's hard to actually sell your position, what you have on, because it's very small micro cap company. All right, so we're seeing a bounce here in futures slightly on the S&P. Again, kind of stuck in a range here. You know, looking at ES on the 1 hour, you can either say double bottom or double top. You can basically work that way. But again, you're still stuck in a range of about 100 points. That's very volatile. So again, I could definitely see us getting back over 28.29 today, and we could definitely get below 27.20. So it's really just a flip of a coin. Let's see what the White House has to say. Let's see what the Fed does. Last Tuesday, we had an emergency rate cut. Next week, the Fed has their rate decision. I think it's priced in that they're going to do at least 50 basis points. Word is maybe 75 basis points. It's a lot to go. So just be very careful. And moving forward, again, guys, things are very fluid, almost day to day. So it's kind of difficult to kind of predict things when things can move so quickly, especially with more cases in coronavirus, with the White House saying they're going to do stimulus, or the Treasury is going to do stimulus. Income tax reduction, payroll tax reduction. It's always something that can move things. So you just almost have to be prepared for anything. So just be very careful moving forward. I mean, and let me make this clear, guys, this does not last forever. I remember in 2008 during the financial crisis, 2018 with December bear market fell. again, this doesn't last forever. I mean, it does feel, it sucks now. I'm pretty sure you're looking at your portfolio and you're just like, oh my God. But again, it does not last forever. That I can promise you. Things pass. Ebola, SARS, Spanish flu, whatever you want to call it. It's always something, and it'll pass just as usual. So let's look at Alibaba together, since Mitchell's asking about it. Okay, so Alibaba almost a very tight range here as well. 204.84, I believe, or 203.84 seems to be that fib line. If we break that, I want to go ahead and see if we break that 200-day. Looks to be a resistance. 206.57. If you break that, then that means good news in China. Then we should go ahead and take a look at maybe the 210s or the 212.50s to fill this little micro gap here. That's something to look for. So again, IWM still has a gap to fill here. May not even fill. Q's, another gap to fill here, 206.12. Same thing with Apple. Another gap to fill at 286.06. We just about filled it over right at the day. So, I mean, we did fill it. That's a good sign. But again, revert it back. We're right below the 50. Let's see if we can get that push. But you can see here on Apple, the reason that we are long is that we are getting a little bit of a bull flag moving forward. So you're going to have to just kind of be patient on this one. But you can see that we're tightening, but it's still a little bit of a break pre-market. So let's see if we get that reversion back up to around 279-ish. Then we'll stay within that ascending triangle. Same thing with BABA. You can almost see the same kind of setup here. ES is off the lows, higher highs, obviously, but again, still within range. And SPY kind of the same. So just keep in mind, you're starting to see a lot more juiced premiums on puts. So just be very, very careful. Have you ever traded IRM? I believe that's Iron Mountain. No, IRM is Iron Mountain. Yep. I have never traded it, and it's a stock I've been wanting to buy, but I do like the stock as well. I like it long term, but I have not traded it. I have to take a look at the options for it and look at the volume and moving forward and see what's up. So I guess we'll leave it at there, guys. All right, guys, I have to get back to my team. It's been, 3 of the longest days for me because I've been missing it. But back at it. Tomorrow I'll be back with another morning note. And we'll leave it there, guys. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. God, I don't even know what day it is. And make sure to subscribe and like our videos. We really do appreciate it. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow morning for the next morning note.